Silent Hill F is one of my favorite games of all time. Certainly in the running for Game of the Year 2025. I loved this game. Except when I didn't. Just in time for Halloween, this video will tell you 3 things that I loved about Silent Hill F, and 3 things I could have done without. But let's be clear, this game is beautiful, revolting, dark, sinister, and best of all, if you love horror like I do, disturbing. And while I adore this game in this world, I get why some people would say I need to wake up from this fever dream, because it's troubling, which is awesome. Now, if you want to know how much I love this game, I'm playing it again. I'm on New Game Plus and I'm halfway through that. I don't replay games, but I've made an exception with Silent Hill F. This game has left my other games gathering digital dust. I want to get back, I want to play Dying Light, I want to finish Chronos, but I can't stay away from this dark 1960s fever dream of a goddamn nightmare. Here are the 3 things I loved most about Silent Hill F. Number 1, it's not your typical horror game. It's not just creepy monsters shooting them in the face, collecting health plants and things like that. Love Resident Evil, love that stuff. That's not this. It doesn't even really feel like Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 felt more like a psychological drama / horror game. This feels a lot closer to Jacob's Ladder, the movie. You know what? There's a movie called Terrified, not Terrifier with Art the Clown. Terrified. I think it's from Spain. This game has that feeling. It sticks to you. It leaves you feeling just kind of unsettled. And what I love is it's not like the layers of fear typical, oh, she's losing her mind, she's crazy thing. I mean, yeah, games deal with that, but it's not because simply she's crazy. We're looking at a character, it's probably why I love it so much. We're dealing with a character that clearly is dealing with trauma. And in dealing with that trauma, she's getting really disturbed. She is really disturbed. I fucking love it. Compare that, though, to like even James in Silent Hill 2, he was a disturbed guy and he did this bad thing, but it still felt like he kind of just, happened to go a little crazy. Or the painter in Layers of Fear happened to go a little crazy. We've seen a lot of that. I haven't seen a lot of horror games where there's real justified reasons for why this character is so fucked up.
What did you say? Disrespect me!
It makes you feel for her. I love this character. I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, man, this is trauma horror. I guess that's what you would call it. It deals with over-medicating people, or should we medicate people at all? It deals with family abuse, deals with societal norms, gender norms, expectations of who you're supposed to be in order to fit in. All that's baked into this very weird, deliciously gross cake. Now, yeah, there are some people calling it woke, but I don't buy that. I don't think they know what they're talking about, frankly. The damn thing's set in 1960s Japan. It ain't trying to lecture you, man. It's just an honest portrayal of how women were treated back then. It's not trying to be woke. It's simply being authentic.
You talk to her like she's a schoolboy.
I've never treated her like a girl.
Now that you mention it, yeah, you haven't.
Hinako! How dare you speak to your parents like that? This Junko knows how to show some respect. Why the hell can't you be more like her? Where do you think you're going? We're not done here, young lady.
Hinako, has anyone ever told you that when you talk to Shu, you sound kind of manly?
And it nails that theme of what it means when you're forced to live an inauthentic life. That's deep, man. Way deeper than most games even attempt. You know what else I loved about this game? The monster designs.
You traitors!
Everything these days is pulling, rightly so, because it's brilliant, from Miyazaki, From Software, Elden Ring, Bloodborne, the Souls games. Those creatures are so cool. I love that they're getting their time in the sun, or the overcast. But Silent Hill F goes its own way. And it doesn't just base monster designs on the trauma the character is dealing with. That's kind of Silent Hill's bread and butter. Love that. But the monsters in Silent Hill F are not only based on the trauma of the main character, they're just blisteringly, coolly creative, too. Scarecrow schoolgirls. And look how they move. They don't just look terrifying, but they move in this unsettling, creepy way. Hell, I think that one, I could be wrong, but I think that one just waved at me. Just me? Let me know in the comments. And what the hell is this thing? This glob filled with faces, screaming, laughing faces that literally moves through the level by hopscotching. I don't know if that's a real word, a verb, hopscotch. You know, kids play hopscotch. That's how it moves through the level to come attack you. And this fucking thing. No spoilers in this video, but let me tell you something. Not only is this delightfully disturbing and creepy, when you figure out what this character's wearing and why, oh my god, come on now. Number 3, the main character, Hinako. Main character, Hinako. This is one of the best written characters in video games. I'm telling it, I'm calling it. I don't give a shit if you agree. Oh, I care. I'd love to be popular and people say, I love what you... She's awesome. And here's why she's awesome. So like James in Silent Hill 2, he's great. Love him. But he's kind of a walking question mark. You can kind of... It's like a cipher. You can project your own anything onto this guy. I get that he dealt with his wife and his trauma, what she was going through.
Are you taping again? Come on.
But in terms of beyond that actual narrative point, he was just a generic guy. Hinako's a real character. Comes through in her voice acting.
Stop playing dumb with me. Why are you acting like this? Like you don't know what's going on.
The writing.
That was a long time ago. Don't think I've cried since.
Her animations, the sketches that she does in her journal. She's messy, she's expressive, she's complex, and she's dealing with a lot of shit. I don't know about you, I actually care about this character. I cared what happened to her. That doesn't happen to me a lot of times in video games. And I have to assume that me caring about her is one of the reasons the horror hits so damn hard. Especially when I'm not spoiling anything, I won't say it, but when things take a turn, god damn, is that a spoil? The point is this, when this starts getting into sort of the body horror aspect, you're like, holy shit, man. If she was just some generic character, I'd be like, that's cool. I'd be appreciating it from more of an effect standpoint. But now I'm appreciating it because I'm like, this girl's fucked up and I like her. And I don't like that she's fucked up and I feel for her, but it's so cool she's fucked up.
But not everything is perfect in Silent Hill.
Jaffe, you have to say F.
What?
You have to say Silent Hill F, or else they won't know what you're talking about.
F. Not everything's okay in Silent Hill F.
You don't have to be an asshole about it.
Not everything is perfect, though. I figure, what the hell? I'll give you some things that aren't perfect about this game. The main one that really bothered me was this. I don't mind games that want you to replay them. Hell, I think that's cool. It adds value. There's a story the other day that came out and said that most people only buy 2 games a year, and a lot of them don't even buy that. So if you're only getting a couple of games a year, I get the need to squeeze every bit of value and gore and gameplay and just juice out of the damn thing. I get it, and I like the game has a reason to replay it again and again. And I get that I'm in a weird position where I play lots of games for my job, and so I kind of wanted to be done with it. But this game, only because the internet told me, if you play again and even again, you really start to understand there's a lot more here than just your first playthrough. It's not just like, oh look, you play through again and you're stronger. But the game doesn't tell you any of that. The game doesn't communicate that. If it wasn't for the internet, I would have finished it and just been like, cool, I finished this game, I loved it. But I wish the game had a bit more of that after the main game structure that you saw in sort of like Detroit Become Human or Until Dawn, where there was like a 30,000 foot meta view of here's some choices you could have made, or here's the stuff left to uncover. Because when you do play through the new game, there's still a lot of similar things, same things that you've already done. But there are a lot of things that are brand new. So on one hand, I love that there's this mystery about New Game Plus, where you don't really know if what's around the next corner is what was around that same corner the first time you played it. There's a sense of fear, there's a sense of mystery that's compelling about that. But on the other hand, without knowing how much left there is to see that's new, well, I'm still on the fence about it. Should I keep playing the New Game Plus again and then again? Or do I just go to YouTube and have somebody explain the whole damn thing? I wish they would have sort of baked into the design structure, the sort of the meta presentation structure, after you complete the game once, a sense of why there's more, where there's more, how there's more, and it wouldn't have just been sort of left to going, have some faith that it'll be worth your time. So far, it's worth my time, but, you know, barely. Not because it's not cool, but because I've already played 70% of what I'm playing. But when I come upon something new in the New Game Plus, it is really cool. Second thing I didn't love about the game is the combat. But wait, don't go, don't scratch this off your list. I loved the combat for the first 2/3 of the game. I thought it was cool. I thought her dodging was great. It felt good to sort of get that melee hit off. and it was really fun. The monsters were fun. It was fun to read their patterns. One of the things I loved about it was some of the monsters were so challenging because their animation is so herky-jerky like the Scarecrow girls that you're kind of left going, I can't read their patterns. I have to use sound or I have to slow time down to see when they're about to strike, because if you just look at it normally like a normal enemy where you can see the wind-up, some of these characters ain't doing the normal wind-up, which make them really unpredictable, kind of like they're crazy, which makes the game even scarier and really cool. But here's where it falls apart. About 2/3 into the game, I got to the boss with 2 people. I won't spoil it, but it's the first time you have a duo boss that you're fighting against. And I was playing up until that point on hard, but hard isn't really hard. At the beginning of the game, it tells you hard is basically what you should play if you play video games a lot, which I do. So in essence, hard is actually normal, which makes I don't know. I was playing on hard. I found it challenging, but nothing like Elden Ring at times. It was doable. It was fun. It was compelling. It was very engaging. But then it started after this duo boss. It almost felt like a producer had come in and said, we need to get 7 more hours out of the game, boys. But we don't have time for more stuff. We can't make more monsters, more levels, more... So they basically just started adding a bunch of these like monster rooms, where it's like, okay, now kill these 5 combinations of enemies and then you can advance. Okay, you play for about 4 or 5 minutes. There's another monster room. Play 4 or 5 minutes. There's another, and it got to the point where I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Sometimes these battles in these monster rooms would take me 5 tries to 20 tries. I'm not interested at that point. It felt like a totally different game. Thank God it lets you drop it down to easy combat that I did about 2/3 the way into the game, and I was able to get through the rest of it and enjoy it. But something feels weird about that. Like, that's a real misstep. I would patch that if I was Konami. I'd be like, look, there's no reason this needs to be the core game the way it is. Something happened here, and y'all have time now that the game is shipped to patch that and fix that. It's a really bad blemish on an otherwise brilliant title. Now, the last thing I did not like about this game was the ending. What are you talking about, Jaffe? The ending's great. Well, it depends what ending you're talking about. And my ending that I got, which I won't spoil, I didn't understand. I don't mean I didn't have any idea. Look, I like ambiguity. Ambiguity works great in horror. And I like games and movies and novels that lead you to talk about things and ask your friends after the movie and whatnot, hey, what do you think this meant? But we're not talking about Inception, where basically it's like, was it a dream? Was it not? Maybe it was. Let's talk about it. There's some hints, this, that. Even in Inception, though, you got the core satisfaction of a story well told. Are there questions left on the table? Absolutely. But you still walk out of the theater satisfied that you understood the core story. The guy got a mission. He went on the mission concluded. Boom. I don't need it all wrapped up in a nice bow, but when the game ends like this one and I'm going, wait, I don't really understand what just happened. When is this set? What? I'm sorry, I don't get it. I don't get it. And I don't mean that like I have to understand all of it. Please don't hit me up in the comments and act like I'm demanding a K-pop Demon Hunter simple ending where the good guys win, the bad guys lose. I just was like, I wasn't left with more questions. I was left with an unsatisfaction of going, what's happening? I didn't like that about this game. Like I said, ambiguity is good. Ambiguity in horror is great, but I think in this case, they should have done a better job wrapping things up just a little bit tighter. Or at least going, we acknowledge you don't understand this. You're not supposed to yet. And then that's where they open up how they're going to bake in the New Game Plus and New Game Plus 2. And it's kind of got a visual presentation and it's tied into the narrative of the game. You're like, oh, okay, I get it. But right now, if you didn't know New Game Plus had new narrative elements in it and it wasn't just the same gameplay, and why would you know? Because the game doesn't tell you. You'd be left going, that was great. That was amazing. But what the fuck just happened? I don't like the ending. Think about this. I'm playing the game again. What else does that tell you? Look, this is my game of the year at the moment. I got a couple other things I want to play. But this right now, I'd be stunned if this doesn't remain at the top of the pile. This is one of my favorite horror games of all time. Silent Hill F is a fucking delight. It's daring. It's artistic. It's grotesque. It's emotional. And it's grounded, man. You like this character, which makes it really fucking disturbing when the bad shit starts happening to her. Especially once she takes the... Anyway, look, that's my take. I know a lot of people have a lot of thoughts on all the Silent Hill games. One of the things I love about it. But tell me what you think. Tell me in the comments. Tell me on Twitter. Tell me on a live stream we do on this channel. By the way, speaking of, if you like this video, hit the subscribe button. Become a member over here. Go over to our Patreon. Hit the like button, the notification bell. Tell your friend. You know the whole kit and goddamn caboodle. We'd love for you to help us out. But when I think about it, you already have helped us out. You spend a little bit of your day talking horror with me, and boy, it ain't much better than that. Be well, be safe, and I'll see you soon.